I'm Dave, and this is Austin's Kamado Joe Masterclass.
The most underrated cuts on the entire steer all come from the same section, or Primal, and most backyard cooks have never even tried them. Picanha, Bavette, center cut top sirloin, tri-tip, one Primal section, 4 cuts, 4 completely different ways to cook. We're going through all of them today, and I brought in a butcher to help. The sirloin is the large Primal section that runs along the top of the steer, right behind the rib section above the round. The 4 cuts we're covering today all come from the same Primal, but from different muscle groups within it. The picanha sits at the very top of the rump, at the back of the sirloin. It's a cap muscle with a thick fat layer. The picanha is heavily marbled and has deep, beefy flavors. Costco carries this labeled as Sirloin Cap or Coulette. The Bavette, also called the flap steak or sirloin flap, is bottom sirloin. It's a loose, open-grained muscle with an intense beef flavor. It cooks fast, and like many cuts of beef, you have to slice it properly or it will be tough. Center cut top sirloin is from the upper portion of the loin. You can probably find this at every steakhouse in America. It's leaner than a ribeye, but has more flavor than a tenderloin. And the tri-tip, a triangular muscle at the bottom of the sirloin where it meets the round. It's 3 to 4 pounds with grain that runs in 2 directions. Stick around through the tri-tip section at the end of this video. The way I finished that cut on the Kamado Joe is the reason it's my go-to roast for company. Now, I had Darin over at Texas Beef Traders break down the picanha and the Bavette for us. If you want to truly understand a cut, watch the man who handles it every single day. Here's what Darin had to say.
Because of versatility, I would go with the picanha.
Picanha, okay.
Yep, it's the rump. Because you can buy it in a roast, and it's only 15 bucks a pound, and you can cut it into strips, and easy to cook, and a million ways to get to the same place. We cook it always here on the grill, and we'll cut the roast into, I don't know, about 2-inch steaks. You got a great fat cap on it, so you can go fat down. Get that thing good and crispy, and then because it's part of the sirloin, it's really lean, so you don't have to cook it long, but it can handle high heat, sear it really quick. Alternatively, you could cut it into steaks, fat down in a cast iron, essentially create your own tallow, and then roll it into it. And you can sear on either side.
Here's how I cook the picanha on the Kamado Joe. I take it out of the refrigerator 30 minutes before cooking to let it warm up. If you put a thick, cold roast on a Kamado Joe, the outside will be dry and overdone by the time the inside gets to medium rare. The fat cap stays on. You can score the fat cap in a crosshatch pattern, just deep enough to break the surface without cutting into the meat. Although I'm not sure that really does much. Keep the rub Texas simple. Salt and pepper. The fat adds a lot of flavor here. I set up the Kamado Joe to 450 degrees Fahrenheit direct heat, with a cast iron skillet resting directly on the cooking grates. I'm using my 10-inch Smithy cast iron skillet for this cook. I like to use this skillet for searing because it has thick walls and a smooth bottom. There's a link to the Smithy skillet in the description and pinned comment. When the skillet is hot, I add a few tablespoons of beef tallow, then place the picanha in the skillet that side down. Cook it for 5 minutes or so until that cap is rendered into a deep golden crust. There will be a lot of grease in the skillet and it will splatter. That's why I like doing this on my Kamado Joe rather than inside my kitchen. Flip the picanha to the meat side and cook it for another 4 to 5 minutes. Pull it off the grill when the internal temperature reaches 130 degrees Fahrenheit. Tent it with aluminum foil and let it rest 10 minutes. Slice it against the grain and leave the fat cap on when you serve it. Next, the Bavette. This is a cut that has been popular in Europe for decades. It's gaining popularity in the States fast and for good reason. Let's hear from Darin on where it comes from and what makes it different from every other sirloin cut.
All right, the Bavette is the sirloin flap. So it comes from the bottom sirloin. It's, again, very similar to the flat iron in terms of size. It's just from a different part of the cow. So flat iron up here and then back down into the sirloin. So the Bavette is back here. Marbled all the way through. The sirloin, traditionally a working muscle group in the cow. This one, not so much a working muscle. So it gets a lot of blood flow, is super, super juicy. But because of its thinness, hot, fast. Rumor has it was the original cut they used for steak frites.
The Bavette is a fast cook. Set up your Kamado Joe for direct heat at 500 degrees Fahrenheit. Season it generously with salt, pepper, and maybe a little chili powder for something different. Cook it for 3 to 4 minutes per side. Pull it at 125 to 130 degrees Fahrenheit internal temperature. This cut will tighten up fast once it goes past medium. Let it rest for 5 minutes. Now, slicing. The grain on the Bavette has long, distinct muscle fibers that run at a sharp angle across the steak. Slice it thin, on a bias, against the grain. You want your knife at a 45-degree angle to the cutting board. That's what gives you a tender bite on a Bavette. If you slice with the grain, you're going to chew for a very long time. At the end of the video, check out my new cookbook, The Texas Backyard Kitchen, Complete Meals from Fire to Table. It's part barbecue book for the Kamado Joe and part go-to cookbook for every other day of the week. A link is in the description and pinned comment. Now, the two cuts I'm taking you through directly, the center cut top sirloin and the tri-tip. Both cuts are from the same sirloin section. The center cut top sirloin sits in the upper portion of the loin, above the hip bone. It's the most recognizable of the four, the one your dad ordered at every steakhouse growing up. And it has a reputation for being good, but not great. That reputation comes from one place: overcooking and under-preparation. The top sirloin is a lean, well-exercised muscle with deep beef flavor. But because it's lean, it has no fat to forgive a bad cook. Here's how to cook it. I sous vide it first to a temperature of 128 degrees Fahrenheit. While the steak is in the sous vide, I set up my Kamado Joe for direct heat at 500 degrees Fahrenheit. 60 to 90 seconds per side. The surface develops a dark, crackling crust, and the fat around the edges renders and gets crispy. Pull it at 130 degrees Fahrenheit and let it rest for 6 minutes. The center cut top sirloin is not a showpiece cut, but cooked this way on the Kamado Joe, it is one of the best value per dollar steaks you can make on this grill. The tri-tip, a triangular muscle at the bottom of the sirloin, 3 to 4 pounds, thick in the center and tapering toward two ends. There are two things you need to know about the tri-tip. First, the grain runs in two different directions. It meets near the center point of the triangle. If you don't know that and you don't account for it when you slice, half your meat will be tender and half will be tough. Second, this cut needs a two-stage cook. It's too thick to go straight on the grill. You want to smoke it first, then sear it. I smoke it at 250 degrees Fahrenheit in direct heat, no wood, for an hour to an hour and 15 minutes. The target is 115 to 120 degrees Fahrenheit internal temperature during the smoke phase. For me, good lump charcoal provides plenty of smoky flavor without being overpowerful, hence no wood. When it comes off, reconfigure your Kamado Joe for direct heat at 600 degrees Fahrenheit. Add a few tablespoons of beef tallow and then sear the tri-tip for 2 to 3 minutes per side. You want the crust to be dark. Pull it at 130 degrees Fahrenheit internal temperature. Cover it and let it rest for 10 minutes. The thick center holds heat and will carry over. Then slice it against the grain, working toward that center point. Thin cuts, 1/4 of an inch wide. What you get is something that tastes like a cross between a ribeye and a smoked brisket. Charred on the outside, tender and richly marbled through the center. This is the cut that I like to serve guests who think Texas barbecue is only about brisket. 1 primal, 4 cuts, 4 different approaches. Cook the picanha if you want a rich presentational cook with a built-in wow factor. Make the bavette if you want intense beef flavor on a weeknight without a long cook. The top sirloin is great if you want reliable, repeatable, and inexpensive. And the tri-tip if you want to smoke and sear a great roast. The winner here, the tri-tip for the backyard cook looking to serve something different. I invite you to check out my Kamado Joe Owner's Handbook. This is a 100-plus page book that I've written that covers everything you need to know about operating the Kamado Joe. It includes setup, seasoning, temperature control, troubleshooting, maintenance, and a lot of pro tips and techniques. Let me know in the comments which of these 4 cuts you've cooked and which one you haven't tried yet. I read every comment. If this video helped you see the sirloin section differently, subscribe and hit the bell. I've got new Kamado Joe Masterclass videos coming out every week. Watch my Kamado Joe 101 playlist right now.